Okay guys, welcome back to another story that has been submitted. This story is again about a bar girl and a foreigner falling in love with her. They get on really great, he falls for her big time, he goes back to his country and now is not sure what to do. So let's jump into his story and see if we can give any advice. After spending the past month or so listening to all the stories out there that your viewers have kindly submitted, I thought it was time to write down my story about a Thai bar girl that has sent my mind a little crazy. I met a bar girl pretty much the first night I was in Thailand and broke every rule in the book. Now I am a little torn about what to do next, or if it's even worth trying to take it further. Let me get on with my story, and hopefully there will be some comments of advice, support, and of course, laughter. I have recently returned from Thailand, where I spent 2 weeks in Phuket on a trip by myself. Most of my friends are either married or settled down and can't really go on holiday when they want. So I had to make the decision to travel to Thailand on my own. It was a great experience travelling solo, so if anyone is on the fence about travelling to Thailand alone, do it. It's amazing. I landed in Phuket with very little experience. I had heard a lot of stories about the nightlife there, but that's all I really knew about the country. I did not know what else to expect. So there I was, setting out on my own and headed straight for Bangla Road. It was still early in the evening and most of the bars were still setting up for the night ahead. It did not take much time until I found a bar where I began chatting to a couple of beautiful bar girls. My plan wasn't to go hard this night, it was just to see what's around and which area I should be going. I wanted to have a couple of beers in the bar and then have a slow walk back to my hotel while stopping in a few bars on the way. So after a beer and a short conversation with the two bar girls, I decided to leave and make my way back to the hotel. After bar hopping my way back to the hotel and becoming an expert at Connect 4, I reached the last bar that was a stone throw away from my hotel. It was a quiet bar in terms of customers, but there was a lot of girls in there, so I thought, why not? It turns out I was actually the only customer in there, and the second I walked in, I had a girl on each arm. I sat down, got a beer for myself and the two girls that was with me. I noticed that all the other girls were playing a dice game and sinking tequila shots. It did not take long until they invited me over to their table to join in with their game. I thought to myself that this is going to cost me a lot of money in shots, but thankfully, every time we had shots, it was the person losing that would be paying and not just me. I was having a great time, lots of fun with these girls. I know it's their job, I'm not stupid in that sense. But still, it was very fun and enjoyable to be around these girls. After about half an hour playing this game, that's when my eyes met hers. It happened because I was a little tipsy. When it was my turn to roll the dice, one of them came out my hand and dropped on the floor. She picked it up and handed it to me, and that's actually the first time I had noticed her. I had been too focused on the game and having fun to even notice her before. Her smile was amazing and she had me instantly. I asked her name. She giggled in a shy tone and tried to tell me. Her friend then interrupted and said that she had just arrived to Phuket and speaks very little English. She also mentioned that she is 22 years old. After seeing her, all my attention was pretty much on her now. I stopped playing the game and tried to start a conversation with her with the little English that she knew. One of her friends that spoke English joined us to help out a little. She was so cute but incredibly shy, but to be honest, that made her even more cute. You could see all the other girls in the bar smiling at her because a customer was talking to her. Her face turned into a tomato. It felt like she had not had much attention from customers before. That's the feeling I got anyway. I was hooked on her. She was 100% my type, and I needed to take her out of the bar. A few more rounds later, lots of shots and lady drinks. I asked if I could bar find her and take her back to the hotel. This was the first and only time we had talked about money. She agreed, but it seemed like she was hesitant about it, though I think that was just because she was very shy. Next to the hotel, she wanted to get us some beers. I think she needed a bit more Dutch courage. Once we got back to the hotel, we were just chatting for a good hour about how great the night had been and that it's my first night here. She was very happy that I had bar-fined her and took an interest in her. She's shown her appreciation in more ways than one that night. Although she was shy in the bar, things changed that night when we were in the hotel. I thought she was only coming for a short time, but turns out she wanted to spend the night, but said I only need to pay for the short time, which I think was around 1,500. That's not including the bar fine and lady drinks that I had bought. That was a great first night in my books. Beers, bars and girls. Perfect. The next morning, we had a small chat and some snacks from 7-Eleven. She thanked me again for bar finding her and treating her to a good night. I gave her the money, she went home, and I headed out again. That was my first bar find and first time with a bar girl. I thought that would be the last time I see her. On to the next girl, right? Well, that did not exactly happen. I had heard about the 3-day rule, where you shouldn't spend more than 3 days with the same girl. So in my eyes, I still had 2 days left. Later that day, as it got closer to the evening and I was getting ready to head out, she came to my mind again and I could not shake it. I decided to go to her bar first to see her again, but was told she was not feeling well and went home sick. This was disappointing, as I really wanted to see her again and maybe go for round 2 later. At the time, I did not think much of it, but now I think that the girl saying she was sick may have been using that as an excuse because she had already been bar fined by a different guy. I don't know. But later I found out that lies like these are normally told to customers. A bar girl's friend will rarely tell you that your girl has gone with another customer. Either way, I was already at the bar, so I might as well have a beer. One of her friends joined me for a drink, and she was very flirty with me, even though she knew I had came to see her friend. I had read online that these girls, even though they are bar girls, they get very jealous of each other, and if you take one and she sees you with a different girl, she won't go with you again. Her friend was very attractive, and I had to fight the urge to not make a move. But I did not want to mess it up with the first girl, so I left after 1 beer and started my solo bar crawl. Before leaving, I asked the owner of the bar if they would have the football on the following Saturday. She said she will put it on for me if I'm coming. Perfect, I said. I gave her a little tip and went on my way. I had a lot of fun and met many nice girls, but I wasn't really in the mood for taking any back, the thought of my first girl was still on my mind. Yes, I was at the stage where I had a specific girl stuck in my head, and all the other girls I was not interested in. So that night, I decided I was not going to bar find any girl. I was just going to get drunk and check out some bars I have not been to before. There are so many attractive girls in these bars, and some of them are experts in knowing what to say to you to get drinks and more. I gave in to a few lady drinks, but that was it. No bar finds. It's easier said than done not to bar find anyone, but I managed to stay strong and pull through it. The temptation is all over the place, and when one of these pro girls get talking to you, she can have you eating out the palm of her hand straight away. I remember one girl I met that night. She was also a stunner, but what got me was the way she talked to me. She said all the right things in a teasing manner, and deep down inside, I was bursting to take her with me, and I think if I had not met the first girl before, then I would have for sure taken this girl. I took her line account in case it went pear-shaped with the first girl. This one was a backup girl. I never did end up messaging her. It's strange saying this, but thankfully, I went home alone that night. Saturday came and it was time to watch the football. As soon as I walked in, I noticed her sat there looking at me with that smile that could light up a whole room. She came over to me, gave me a hug, and asked how I had been. I told her about what I had been up to since we last saw each other. Obviously, I left out the part where I was buying lady drinks for other girls. Then I invited her to sit with me and watch the football together. She clearly wasn't interested in the football, but she acted like she was, which again, I thought was very cute. After the football, I told her I would be leaving to shower, get changed and freshen up a little bit. I asked if she wanted me to come back to the bar later to see her, to which she happily agreed. Later, once I returned to the bar, we had a few more drinks and I bar found her again. She always seemed a bit too shy when we would be in the bar, but when I took her out of the bar, she became a bit more relaxed with me. It's probably because her friends inside the bar are always looking, smiling and teasing. When we leave the bar, she is like a different person. She goes from a bar girl to like a girlfriend. Or maybe that is just how it feels when you date a bar girl. I don't know. It was still early in the evening, but I wanted to take her out of the bar and not go straight back to the hotel. I wanted to spend some time with her, just me and her, not getting too drunk and just being with each other. We went for a walk along the beach before finding a nice place to sit and relax with a drink and get to know each other a bit more. We did have a nice chat about each other's life, but remember, her English was not great, so we had to make use of Google Translate sometimes. She told me that she has never had a Farang boyfriend, but had a Thai boyfriend for some years that is now an ex. That is something I find hard to believe, but whatever, it wasn't important to me. She told me that she did not like working in Thailand and jokingly asked me to take her with me back to my country. I know she was joking, but deep down she was hinting to me that she wants to come to my country. After that, we went back to my hotel for some much-awaited bedroom games. The morning after, We both woke up pretty early, like 8 a.m, but as we were both still lazy, we decided to stay in bed all morning, having fun and chatting a bit more. I think that was the first time in Thailand that I actually wanted to stay in bed and wasn't running out of my room in excitement. Later, she left to get changed, and I jumped in the shower before once again going out and exploring the bars. It was now Sunday night, and I had been to 5 or 6 bars already, but nothing really tickled my fancy. Every girl I spoke to, I would just be comparing them to my first girl, and none of them even came close. Don't get me wrong, there are some right stunners in the bars, but once you have a connection with a girl, nobody else really does it for you. So before I knew it, I was on my way back to the first girl's bar again. I was just not interested in anything else anymore, other than seeing this girl. I think it's safe to say, at this point, I was completely under her spell. I walked in, and once again, she was happy to see me and came straight over. She gave me a hug and a kiss again, while the other bar girls were watching and grinning at us. I decided to bar find her shortly after arriving because I wanted to take her on a dinner date and not just get drunk in a bar. I took her out to a nice restaurant where we had dinner and drinks, and then had a walk on the beach, holding hands, followed by a few more drinks. We again spent the night and the following morning together in my hotel room. We had a little chat that became a bit emotional, with her telling me she really likes me and does not want me to leave. I told her that we will keep in touch and I won't just forget her when I get home. Unfortunately, it was my last night in Thailand, so we decided to spend the day relaxing at the beach rather than drinking, because one of the girls at the bar was having a birthday that night and had invited us to come. They really did the bar up for her birthday. There were balloons, a buffet, and even a Thai singer outside the entrance of the bar. It was a great night, but I ended up getting very drunk, buying lady drinks and ringing the bell more times than I should have. I spent way more money than I had planned, but it was worth it. Everyone seemed to be having a great time, including my girl. It was an expensive, yet super fun night. I had planned to have an early night because my flight was at 9 a.m. the next day and had planned to leave my hotel around 6 a.m. However, we left the bar around 3 a.m. I again took her back to my hotel that night. Earlier in that day, I had been out to buy her a bunch of flowers and a teddy bear as a little thank you for our time together. I laid them on the bed for when we got back to the hotel. I know, hook, line and sinker, silly loved up foreigner spoiling a bar girl. I am sure I am not the first person to be completely loved up with a bar girl and spoiling her. She was over the moon when she saw the flowers. She actually started crying into my chest, she was that happy. She told me that she loved me very much and nobody has ever done anything like that for her before. According to her, I'm the one that is different from all the other Farangs. Not her being different from all the other bar girls that you normally hear. That night, we did not have any bedroom fun. We just stayed up most of the night in each other's arms. I think I got about 30 minutes sleep that night. She was crying a lot, saying that she did not want me to leave and that she is scared she will not see me again. Even though I was very tired and needed sleep before my flight, it was okay, because I wanted to spend as much time with her as possible. The following morning at 5 a.m, before I had to leave to the airport, while packing and getting everything ready, she just sat on the edge of the bed, not saying a word. I could see that she was visibly upset, and so was I, but I just tried not to show too much emotion. I walked her home, and during the whole walk, she held my hand tightly, never letting go. We were both pretty much in pieces at this point, with either one of us wanting to show it. The thought of leaving each other after a great time together was sinking in for us both. I know many people will assume she was acting at this point, but I could see she was genuinely upset that I was leaving. I must admit, that goodbye to her was one of the hardest things I have ever done. It was as if there was a stone in my throat. I could hardly get any words out to her. I just wanted to tell her how much she means to me and how much I have enjoyed my time with her. She cried, but I held back my tears. I did not want to show weakness, even though I was bawling inside. I gave her a kiss, stupidly told her that I love her, and as I turned to walk away, she grabbed me back for another kiss. I promised her that I will come back as soon as I can for her, and we will spend more time together. She had probably heard that line a million times before from others, but I meant it. I am sure she is used to being told by other Ferengs that they will come back for her, take her to their country, support them, and all the other lies. By the time I got back to the hotel, let's just say, I was a complete wreck. I could not stop thinking about her and what the hell I am going to do about this feeling. I broke every rule in the book when it comes to meeting a bar girl, and now I have to figure out what I'm going to do next. The flight back home was the longest flight on the planet. Mind racing, no sleep, and literally had no idea on my next move. Since being back home, we message, video chat, send pictures, and stay in touch as much as we can. I get to talk to her most times after she's finished work. Sometimes she does not reply and says she has fell asleep. It's really obvious that she makes up excuses to why she can't talk to me. Fell asleep, not feeling well, with friends. It's really annoying when she says stuff like that, because I know she is lying. It's insulting because it feels like she thinks that she can trick me and I will believe anything that she tells me. I have told her many times that I know what her job is. She does not need to hide it from me. I would much prefer if she was honest with me. The more she tries to hide stuff, the easier it becomes not to trust her. I guess that is just instinct from bar girls. They feel the need to lie about what they are up to, even though everyone that has more than 2 brain cells knows exactly what they are doing. This is probably something I would have to get used to if I want a relationship with this bar girl. They seem to lie a lot for no apparent reason. We have recently discussed why she does this type of job and what she wants in the future. Clearly, she does this type of job because of the good money that can come along with it. Granted, the activities of the job may not be the best, but according to a lot of bar girls, it's hard to find a job paying as much as what a bar girl job could potentially pay. She, like many other bar girls, does this job to provide and support her family back home. I did ask her out of the blue that if I was able to help support her family, what would she do? Although it has been on my mind to support her leaving the bar, I have not yet offered her any financial support, nor has she asked me to help. She replied that she would instantly stop working at the bar. Whether she actually would stop working at the bar is a different story. I heard that many bar girls that tell their foreign boyfriend they have stopped working at the bar secretly go to the bar while still taking money from them. She said her dream is to further her education and go to university to land a good job. She claims that she can't go to university right now because she needs to support her family still, and they are more concerned about money than anything. She said that she would still like a future with me and come over to live with me. She's very eager to get out of Thailand and leave that life behind. I am not too sure about her coming over to my country, because I would be worried she would find somebody else. It would be a goldmine for her. A lot of foreigners with more than what I have already snap her up. I wouldn't be special to her for too long if she came to my country. Plus, I like the thought of moving out of my country. There is not much here for me, and now I've had a taste of Thailand, the idea of moving there is not far from my mind. But no need to look for advice about that yet. That is way too far into the future to be thinking about. No point crossing that bridge yet. I plan to go back in 3 months' time for a month trip. Spend it with her and see if the feelings are still the same after a whole month together. We planned on staying in Phuket for 2 weeks and then do some travelling around Thailand together for 2 weeks. But I am thinking that maybe somewhere else other than Phuket would be better for us to spend time together. I don't want to just get to know her while we are sat in a bar getting drunk. It will just feel like I am seeing a bar girl again and paying for her time. Which technically I am, but you get what I mean. There is a lot of temptation in Phuket, not just for me, but for her as well. At this point, I'm really looking for any fellow listeners some advice here, whether or not I could save this girl from the bar life. Has anyone ever taken a girl out of the bar and lived happily ever after, like in the past few years? I have seen some submissions on your channel where a relationship with a bar girl has turned out good and even into marriage, though they met a lot of years ago when life and people were very different than they are now. I should imagine it was a lot different back in the day without social media and the girls not being able to find customers fast just from their phone. If I can afford it, is it worth taking the risk? Or should I just walk away and move on? Do you think she is being honest with me and I am the only person she is close to? Or are there many other men she has on the go? I know deep down that it's best for me to just move on and put this experience down to a life lesson, but it's easier said than done. I really would love to be with her, and I honestly think she wants to be with me also. But being with her means I'm going to have to dish out a bit of money to support her family while she attends university. I would also like to hear from people that have been in a relationship with a bar girl that you met in the past 5 or 6 years that has worked out. I will try to reply to any comments left on my story, and if needed, I will submit a part 2. Thank you for any advice.